Welcome back to Houston Life. Many of us begin our mornings watching the Today Show right here on KPRC2. And so far this year, Today co-anchor Savannah Guthrie has been quite busy. Last month, she welcomed Craig Melvin to the desk as co-anchor, and now she has a brand new children's book coming out. Tomorrow, Savannah will be right here in the Houston area for a book event, but first she joins us now from New York City with more on this latest book. Savannah, it's so nice to see you. Congrats on the book. I got to tell you, I read it cover to cover. It is a children's book, so it didn't take me too long. Why was now the right time for you to release this book?
Hi, Derek. Thank you. Aren't you glad when a children's book author comes on, then you don't have to read a big, long book? It's a quick one. And I hope it's an easy, gentle read that makes you feel good, whether you're a kid or a mom or a dad, you know, reading to your child at night. About a year ago, I wrote a book for grown-ups called Mostly What God Does, and it was a series of essays and reflections about faith. And it was definitely the most personal and scary and vulnerable thing I ever did. But it was so incredible to get to have these conversations with people and receive letters, and it really opened up this conversation about faith. So when I was approached about doing a children's book, it made a lot of sense because the message of the book is just what the title is. Mostly what God does is love you. And I think no matter whether you came from a faith background or have rejected a faith background, whether you have a lot of faith or a lot of doubt, wherever you are, I think a lot of us wrestle with these questions, you know, where is God? Who is God? What does God think about me? And for me personally, having grown up in the church and the faith, you know, I had a lot of ups and downs with that. And this was a big revelation to me. I read a passage in the retranslation of the Bible that basically said, mostly what God does is love you. If you're wondering what he thinks about you, mostly he's just loving you. That's what he's up to at any given time. And that translated so well to a children's book because it's very simple. It's not easy, not always easy to believe it as adults, but it is very simple and even a child could understand it.
Well, and Savannah, as you say, regardless of what you believe or if you believe, simple themes in the book like showing kindness to all, there's plenty of goodness to give. I'm sure most people can relate to those messages. Your two kids, you and your husband Mike, you have two adorable children, your daughter Vale and your son Charlie. Were they able to secure an advance copy of the book? And if so, how did they like it?
They were able to, and they do like it. They are the first to tell you they are too old for picture books now, Mommy, but they're especially interested in the fact that it was dedicated to them. You know, they're like politicians. They look through a book to see if they're mentioned. But they really like it, and I think they're proud. And you know, it's for them. I mean, in a lot of ways, the grown-up book, which was also dedicated to them, was them. It's for them. It's kind of like, I've always felt like it's my job to just sort of do my best to tell them about the God that I know. And then it's really, they're going to grow up and they're going to make their own choices. And I always think to myself, well, the rest is up to you, God. So I hope that the book is, for whatever your family is or however you feel about these things, it gives a little airtime to God, a little airtime to this conversation. And you have to trust that it will go in the direction that it's meant to. It's not meant to be preachy or proselytizing or anything like that. It's just a gentle, gentle call to be loved and then to spread that love around.
It seems to me, Savannah, this book is just as much for adults as it is for kids. By the way, so you were heading out on a big book tour. First of all, I don't know how you do it because I watch you on television every single morning. It seems like you are always not only talking to the movers and shakers of the world, but I know your weekends are just as busy. And in fact, tomorrow you'll be coming to the Houston area to the British International School.
Yes.
Tickets are still available. So talk to us about this book event, because I understand when people go online, they buy a ticket, not only can they come and hear you speak, but they also get a signed copy of your book.
Yes, I mean, basically you're buying the book and you get a signed copy, and I think that's what it is. And so I'm super excited. Houston's my first stop on the book tour. I cannot wait to be with everyone. And it's going to be just a really good conversation. And it's a conversation not just about kids' books or kids' topics. It's about really anything. And like I was saying, Derek, this conversation that started around faith and these topics, it was amazing even to me. You know, people I've known for years, good friends, you know, we didn't really talk about faith, but people seem to be so interested in having deeper conversations, soulful conversations, whether we agree or not, no matter what our backgrounds were. I think people are really just yearning to engage and talk about matters of the heart and the soul and the spirit. So I think that's what we're going to do on the book tour and in Houston. I hope people will come. I think there's still tickets left. It's at the British School, but I will not be trying to speak in a British accent because that would just be tragic. But I think we're going to have a blast, and I really hope to get to see people and meet people, because that's the best part of this. This is the best part of this book thing, is getting out and meeting people and having good conversations.
Maybe you can save the British accent for the next book, or maybe your next appearance on Netflix. Savannah Guthrie,
Yeah.
Congrats on the book. It's great to see you, and we'll see you tomorrow in Houston.
All right, see you tomorrow night. Thanks, Derrick. Appreciate it.
New York Times bestselling author and co-anchor of Today, Savannah Guthrie. Savannah's brand new book, Mostly What God Does Is Love You, hits bookstores on Tuesday, February 25th. By the way, it is available now to pre-order. And a reminder, you can catch Savannah in person for that special book event happening tomorrow night, 7 p.m. at the British International School. To purchase tickets and learn more about the event, you can look for the Scene on Houston Life section of our website, houstonlife.tv.